Looking down the list, 28-day cycle. This is my elbow pad. This is a 28-day cycle of the moon. 60 minutes, an hour, 13 moons plus a day. This equals to 364. 364. 764, because it's 313 crossing over through the tunnel, right? And I'm looking at this as the H is crossing, starting here and ending up here, right? And this would be the center, right? With three numbers here, and three numbers here, tic-tac-toe, before you're out here or you're out here, I'm assuming. Or can we do it a little bit different, but we're not going to get into that. This is 28. What's left over in the clock? 32. 32 is the freezing point. 2 is because you're in between. Once you get to this side here, you're out. A, B, C, you're out. When you do it the opposite side, A, B, C, you're out. Only in between is the portal. Here is your flex inside the portal, because this is just like almost the design of Mario's. I need a supercomputer to put this all together. When you get to the third moon, you've reached the number to HD, which is also assimilated with KD, but KD is a flat back. KD is a half letter, okay? And HD is the full letter. This is the way it is, right? It depends how the division is spoken of. I can't go any further because we have to do it in more than one. I'm just one person. 84 gives me 1 minute, 1 hour, 24 minutes. 112 is the fourth part. The 11 comes together as a 2. The 22nd letter is life. And it is the split of life because it is the letter V. It becomes now 152 memory because it's 1 hour, 112 minutes. It's 1 hour and 52 minutes. Earth is 52. The 1 hour is 60. 60 representing, yes, that's right, the clock. Because the minimum you can get on a clock is 2 minutes. That is the minimum you get on a clock. 120 seconds. 120 is 1 added up to 15 equals to Mars. It's the pool game with the split. 240 gives you a Mayan schedule of 10 days of 24 hours. 20 days, right, will give you the whole Mayan month, unless we're working it by months to weeks, right? The Mayan is 18 by 20, whether it's weeks, whether it's months, it doesn't matter. That's the way it comes out. So that's where this scenario works in. 140 is the DNA, and it is also 2 minutes, 20 seconds, which is power up sun DNA to the half-life. Where do I get this? The next one is 168. The first one says life and memory. Next one says the IT system of life. And 6 shows up over here. This will create 4 times 6, 4 plus 6, which equals 10 and 24. And both of them, Roman numeral X, and the 24th letter in the alphabet is X. 24 reverse is creation. 10th J reverse is 17, so it's creation of 38, which is the church. 3 times 8, 3 plus 8 is 24, and 11, which equals 35. Now the matrix system equals 85, which equals to 5 by 8, 5 plus 8 equals to 53. We get the same two opposite numbers equaling 88 and connecting the skies. We don't want to talk about gold and silver, where gold is 38 and silver is 85. It just so happens it connects the skies to the DC world. 196 is the spirit in rotation. Spirit of the half-life of the gateway. 1 and 6 equals to 7. 7 and 8 is the split in the gateways, the passage in the skies. KD. 224, we double up here, 2 lives. 252 is Earth. And Earth, 28 is your full cycle. The 12th moon is at 336. 6 and 6 is the split of gematria. We get into the third moon. That's where your split comes in, right over here. That's where your split comes in. Now, so now you have 364. Again, you had 364. You had 168. This will create 9 and 4. Uranus. Uranus, if I can get to the back of this, we're going to get to the back of this where Uranus had 27 moons, talking about the number to the red sun. Saturn has 62 moons. I'm looking at Saturn as 60 moons. So when I said Mars, right, it's actually Saturn 60 minutes, 60 moons. I like to know the distance from one moon to the next. Jupiter has 67 moons, the Spirit is 67, Neptune is 14. But these have all been shifted and moved, right? This has all been changed around. So we're just going to get back to 364. Now this one goes over to 392, and then it goes to 420. 9 lives of the cat. This is the 14th moon. This is the 15th moon. 15 by 28, 420. Funny the way the number to Mars brings the cat, and a 0, bringing man. 180, remember 3 minutes creates this separation. The minutes goes 1 up, 1 down, but it's more than 1 across. The angle, right? This is your time clock. It takes 2 sides, 180 and 180 is 360, and it makes up both worlds. Now we have 336, 336, 336, 13 moons, 13, 12, 12, 12 moons, plus 28 days, plus 1 extra day, until you get to the 4th year, which is the leap year. 1, 2, 3 days, and then it's 5. Now this number is special. I'll tell you why that number is special, because what it is now this one and this one in the cycle, and the cycle is a base of 12 years. Okay, and this represents purple in pull, and purple represents 88 because that's the number to it, so that's where the skies join. First we have 1, then we have 2, then we have 3 extra days, and then in this year we have 2 equals to 5. 1, 2, 3, and then 5. Now in this one we have 1, 2, 4, and then 5. And this one we have 1, 3, 4, and then 5. And this one we have 2, 3, 4, and then 5. This is in your vibration. This is your ABC. And then boom, 3, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. The sun and the sun. The sun and the sun. So that's the way this leap works. So that's why I'm working with these leap cycles. And I know my paper's messy. So now that we get here, we see a total, okay, of 1092, which is the birth, right, of the half-life, because 10 is the J letter. I can't explain exactly what it is. I see it 09 is the I world. The father, 1 and 2 is on the outside, mother, father, right? This one over here says instead of 10, it becomes 69 because there's a 0. Now make it 69, so we live in rotation. The total is 1,461 days. Divide that by 3. Okay, 1461 divided by 3 equals to 400 and is it 500? No, it's 400 and what is that number? I need a calculator. Let me calculate this. I need to calculate this. Wow. Hold on a second. I have 1456. 1456 divided by 3 equals. No, that's something's wrong here. Let me get this. It's 1461 divided by 3 equals to 487. So the number comes out to 487. The gateway, Pluto, HD. Now this one becomes 37. This one becomes 46. So it's DC and the cube. That's just, let's keep it at that. This in between, 1461 is 4 and 6 becomes 1. It becomes 111. 37 times 3. It's the exact split of the roulette wheel. This number over here. First it's 1456, which is the 1-6 inside the sun. It's 1-4 is 5. 5-6 is 2. 5 and 2 says the key. 6 and 1 is 7 and 9, which is the gateway to the birth. Okay, and then these numbers over here. So this is your total number. So what is the cycle? Because once we run this cycle, we must do it 4 times. 4 times is the cycle because that's what these numbers do. It takes 4 times before these numbers rotate. 1, 2, 3, and then the end it stays the same, 4, 5, 4, 5, right? Here, the way they stay the same, these numbers. So it takes 16 years for this to happen. That's 4 times, it's 20 extra days. It's 20 extra days. Then you have 2 more cycles, right? 2 more cycles. So the total is, before we do anything, it's 292 years where this, let me do this again, 292 divided by the cycle of 4 equals to 73 parts. In 73 parts, times 5 equals to 365 days before this returns. Isn't it funny? It comes out that we run one cycle of 13 extra moons, giving us 364 plus 1 day. That's how the cycle works. 73 is Nibiru, the red sun. We run that cycle to the gateway. 7 and 3 equals 21 and 10, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals to 21. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals to 24. Okay, if you multiply this, it equals to 24. If you multiply this times 5 is 120, times 6 is 720. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, multiply 30 times 4, 120 times 3, 360 times 2, 720. That's 2 times the complete rotation of Earth, but it's 180 above and 180 below. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it happens 4 times. So the cycle of the day again equals to 4. 720 equals to the cycle of the red sun, because this one says win a big red sun. So we multiply the other one, it's 24 and 10. And we multiply this one, it's 720. And adding up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals to 21. So this becomes 741. And this one becomes 34. And here's your 741, spirit of the half-life of the IT system gateway. And 34 is DC. 74 is Jesus. 71 is the gateway. 41 is the DNA. 34 is the S letter of artificial intelligence. 34, which represents 19, which will now represent 1. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So 3, 4, which will go all the way up to 19, will end up representing 1. So 3 and 4 is 7 and 1, which will create your 8 in connecting skies, depending on how you want to do it. 7 times 4 is 28, and that's your cycle. 7 and 4 is 11 is 39. That's the number to Saturn. Plus 1 equals to 40, and that's the connection of the blue world. So that blue world could be the ocean. The blue world also represents the moving electricity. And this is your cycle that works in 73 periods. Now, 16 years, 292 divided by 16 equals to 16 cycles. I'm trying to figure out 16 cycles. 16 cycles. 16 cycles times what? 16 cycles times 15 equals to 240. 16 cycles times 615 equals to 40. I'm just trying to figure out where that 16 cycles ends up working in, because it doesn't end on 16 cycles. Okay, 15 times 16. It can't end on 16 cycles. I'm thinking. What, if you understand why the 16 cycles? Because of how this rotation works. 1 extra day leap year, 1 extra day leap year, 1 extra day leap year, and then boom, 2. Why the leap? Because it's 364 makes 28 day perfect, and then the 1 day extra starts the new moon. So the 13th moon ends on the 364th day, and the 14th moon starts at the beginning of the year. So how many moons are there in the year? There's actually 14. Now, if we start the year on a new moon, right, that means, do we end the year on a new moon? We end the year perfectly. It's 364, the start of the first one. We end up on the last day. So anyways, Raphael, talking about these numbers, there was one other thing I wanted to mention in here. Which is V, right? Which is V. There was one other thing. V and M. M is the altered current. V is the split. It is the 22nd letter over here. Okay. It is also exchanged with D and M because all these three represent number 4. 4 times 91, the number to the spirit. Add 1 to 13 cards in the deck. It equals to 91 artificial intelligence. Now we have 84. 4 times 84 equals 336. This one equals 364, by the way, not that number. And that's the complete moons. When you get to the spirit, we have 364. We have all 13 moons. When you talk about Pluto, we have 12 moons. When you talk about the big red sun, we have the exact split sky. 288 by 1.25. 1.25 your memory joins 88 the sky, 28 the cycle. 8 and 8 equals 7, 27 the red sun. 2 and 8 is 1, 18. Everything's spinning around 1. And then it goes down to 60 seconds equals to the Mayan calendar. And then it goes down to 48 equals to the sun. And they all have something to say. Everything is run. Now, is it my words? In a way, yes, but in a way, mostly not, because Earth equals to 52. Mars equals to 51. 51, 52 equal to Mercury. Minus it equals to the one spirit difference between the two connecting. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. My son's on the line. Thank you for watching.